Did you feel this way when you fell in love with Jean?
Oh, look. I felt that way lots of times.
He's a producer?
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya. Girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't want to question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, and you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.
Yo. We are live.
Yo.
There we go. John's unmuted. We are back. We're here to talk some NFL playoff football, the wild card run, which isn't me or it wasn't very, entertaining. It was mostly blowouts.
It was good defense. It was good defense on good teams. How about that?
Yeah, and then also weak offensive lines.
Sure, a lot of weak offensive line. We get into that too.
But hey,
I mean, it is what it is. So how you doing?
Good. Thank you for asking. Welcome back to the Ball Central Podcast. It is your boys back once again, myself and John, here to talk about the latest in sports. Today is the NFL pod. If you're new, make sure you like and comment down below. Subscribe, put in notifications so you know when we upload or go live on YouTube, on Twitch. Same thing, notifications follow. And if you listen to us via audio, feel free to, I think there's notifications on audio as well, but whatever feedback they have, feel free to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, whatever it is. And any feedback word-wise is very much appreciated. We want to learn and grow with our audience as much as you grow and learn and listen with us.
Phil. Phil.
Hey, how are you doing today, John, since you already asked me?
I'm doing great. Chilling.
What was that?
Chilling. Just different pictures.
Oh.
I'm printing out with my new printer. I was telling Phil pre-show, I was like, we take a photography to another level. This is my buddy Joe. He be playing pool. You like that shot?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying different things out. I need to post to Instagram more, and that's what these links are for, and that's what notifications are for,
Yes.
and that's what Phil's getting into.
I'm harassing him about posting. IG.
It's you, and then I see. This is a secret, but I see Wale on the TikTok. I love his inspirational speeches. I'm not going to front. It's very, very motivational. Go check out my boy Wale
for 5 more days until TikTok.
Until he joins Red Note. I'm just saying. I don't know. If
a lot of people are.
I'm just saying. It's
about
up in the air. It's up in the air. What are we gonna do?
Okay. Just a reminder, we do have a TikTok account, so feel free to follow it for the last 5 days at Ball Central 4, and after that. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, and we have Twitch for any other social medias. To feel free to follow us on and YouTube and YouTube Shorts. We have a gaming channel as well, so feel free to follow us there after TikTok may or may not get deleted. So heads up.
So Phil, first question of the night: are you upset that TikTok might be "quote unquote" banned, "quote unquote" going dark, maybe not going dark, maybe pumping the brakes? Like, how do you feel on it, real quick? That'll be our first little intro into this, just to get the ball rolling here at Ball Central. What are you thinking?
Well,
you post more than me. That's the only reason I'm asking.
That's true. You need to post more. So,
all right,
so I mean, for basically until the 19th, like 5 days, basically what will happen unless something drastic changes, TikTok will no longer be on the App Store. It'll basically just keep running with no updates. So eventually it'll be obsolete. So, I mean, if you're a content creator like us, like me, John, Waleed, and others, especially on social media, this could be your, big moment. Because a lot of people, when TikTok started, they didn't know how it worked, et cetera. They didn't know how it functioned. But if you're one of the new people on a new platform, that means all the new eyes are going to you, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
So find out what's going on. So this is a good chance for us to put our name out even more. Maybe be some of the first names on a brand new platform as well. So hey, it's just a new opportunity. So
way to look at the bright side, Phil. I like that. I like that take, especially because you could have gone super negative with it. You could have been like,
government, yada yada yada.
I'm just saying. I do think it's kind of insane that it's one of the most unifying things done in this government. You know what I mean? I know we don't really get into politics here. I'm not trying to, but I think it's a little crazy that in effect, that's everything we agree on is we're going to just take away this app. You know what I mean? I'm just, there's a lot more we could do. You know what I mean? There are a lot more problems out in the United States that they're not addressing.
A lot worse,
yes. And that's what we just like to bring up for a second. You know what I mean? Let you do with whatever you want to do. We're not trying to be political here. Right. But
right.
It's just, I don't know. It's annoying to see this unity kind of take away in a way, free speech kind of taken away in a way, business kind of taken away. You know what I mean? It takes away a lot. So I get the avenue of security, but Phil, what are we if China was spying on us, realistically, it's what we want for Christmas next year. So they could sell it to us. That's the only information they're gonna get. What are we gonna do, Phil? Are we
go to Red Note and give our info to them ourselves?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Hey, I'm not I don't know. You know what I mean? There's no benefit to spying on me other than finding out what I'm gonna spend money on. You know what I mean? Yeah. And realistically, they already do that, do they not? I'm just saying. I don't know.
It's gonna be a whole list of Giants or Jets bobbleheads.
That's what I'm saying. I'm super ridiculous sometimes. I'll look up cameras that have Phil, I might buy a camera in 2025 that has floppy disks just for the nostalgia of it. Yeah, wow. Straight up. I know. I'm being weird with it. But hey, they're less than $100. So hey, I'm thinking about it. And by the way, I got that information off TikTok that I went to then YouTube and I found this creator. And I think that's why TikTok, in a sense, to me, it's sad that it's going to get banned because there are so many great creators that you don't find on one platform that you will find on another. You know what I mean? Yep. And it's the crossover.
Yeah. Also, maybe another reason why it's probably getting obsoleted or deleted is maybe because a lot of people find their news on there. Some people may upload, non-biased news that maybe Fox may not like or other platforms, no matter what political party you are, may not like. So,
all right. Can I say something real quick? I'm from New Jersey. All right. Cory Booker from New Jersey. I don't really care to talk about his politics, but I will say he the wildfires in California, firsthand knowledge from where Cory Booker. It's just whatever. I'm just saying that is another avenue of, in a sense, getting out information that is not bad, at least in our eyes. I don't know. So
it's basically our generation's newspaper. Hey, what happened today? We'll check on TikTok.
Well, hey, bro, and they need to do something about Facebook because did you hear they're getting rid of fact checkers?
Yep, they're going to try to go with the Twitter-based answer of a correction, et cetera, like how they do it. I think that's what Zuckerberg said. So
yeah, which is kind of crazy because Twitter has gotten wild. You know what I mean? At least from the sports end of it, it's gotten wild with these rumors. You know what I mean? Because they allow fake accounts to, in a sense, cause practical jokes. You know what I mean? But let's talk about
et cetera. Yep.
Let's talk about something that's not a joke now, Phil. Let's talk about the New England Patriots. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? Let's get into a little sports. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like that, but let's get into something that's not.
Hey, that's a nice cold open. Good job. That's a great cold open.
Thank you.
Hey, so New England Patriots fired Gerard Mayo as soon as I think the Buffalo Bills game ended, maybe a week, maybe an hour or two after, and they hired former linebacker. Former Tennessee Titans head coach, Mike Vrabel, which they're rumored to hire anyways when they fired Bill Belichick. So my thought process for this, basically, I'm guessing you wanted to tank under Mayo for a season to get a better pick and get a better chance to draft under Vrabel because to be honest, I think Vrabel's a better head coach than Gerard Mayo because he has the years built in as a head coach, and I think the Patriots would have played better under Vrabel, so maybe they wouldn't have got that fourth draft pick under him. Just because, I mean, if we're being
I hear
honest,
you.
if you compare
I
both
hear
head
you.
coaching careers,
But hear me
Vrabel's
out. Hear me
has the
out.
better one by default. So I think, and also,
I don't know, but you could say that definitely. I don't mean to be like that. I don't mean to come to Mayo's defense, but like he only coached for 1 year. You know what I mean? I think he was a good coach? Maybe not if he was the 4th worst team in the NFL, but realistically, he won games that other people didn't think he'd win. He beat the Buffalo Bills at the end of the season. You know what I mean? Like he it's not like he was a horrible coach. He's a player's coach that only got 1 year. Like realistically, I didn't like the way the Patriots did
Right.
that because I kind of felt it was the ownership making that decision based off what fans thought and then getting lucky enough to get Vrabel. You know what I mean? I don't mean to be like that, but like that's just how I'm looking at it. But
yeah.
and I don't know, Phil. I'm happy for you, but at the same time, I'm like I'm rooting for. I mean, I don't know. I think Vrabel is a good coach. I think you're right. I think he probably will prove to be better than OJ Mayo or not Gerard Mayo. But it's I just don't like the way the Patriots did it. You know what I mean? Like, do you think Mayo was such a bad coach this year?
Yeah, that's true. I think it was fair.
I mean, it's not like he was horrible, but I mean, he did put in May. You know what I mean? He did try whatever he could to win. So it's just, I don't know. There are some things I liked about Mayo that I wouldn't mind seeing him getting another gig somewhere else or maybe a defensive coordinator role, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, good luck to Mayo. I am a little choppy. Is that my internet or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so. I don't know, but unless that's me. So
I was gonna say you're a little choppy
yeah.
too.
But
yeah. So we'll get together. My bad.
Oh, I am. So okay, so it's both of us. Okay, so hey, minor difficulties as always, but hey, we would pass them. So hey, that's the little. I mean, he's working with the 4th draft pick in this year's draft, which I think it should be an O-lineman. He's also working with over $130 million in cap space as well. And Drake May had a good year. So I mean, hey, we'll see what happens.
Did you guys get a new GM too, or no? Same GM.
I think they might. Did they fire Elliot Wolf or no?
I thought they did fire him though. That's my question. Like,
let's see.
I could be 100% wrong. I really could be 100% wrong. I just thought it was a lot like the Giants thing, where it was like there'll be a decision, and Mayo got fired right away, and then there was just talk on it. I don't know if he actually got fired. I think he was just on the hot seat.
Let's see. Fire the head coach Sunday. I think so. Fire Gerard Mayo. Oh no, he's still the head coach. He's still the GM.
Okay, got you. I mean, that's. Oh, do you like the moves he's put out? Like, do you think he'll work well with Vrabel? Because I think Vrabel is going to be very hands-on, regardless of who he gets.
So
you know what I mean?
Basically,
like him as a head coach.
Yeah, with Mike Vrabel, we're probably going to see a lot of that Tennessee style offense where they're probably going to lean on the run a little bit more than the pass. But I think Drake May will be able to get some decent play action going. It all depends on 2 things. They're probably going to get another running back with Ramondre, and 2, that O-line needs to be great or good if you want to run and or do play action. So it needs to be better than what it already is. So right side we get David Andrews back to center. So we get at least one piece of the puzzle. So we basically need to, work our way around, pay some people to get receivers that can catch skill positions and to build an O-line. So we'll see how that works.
Do you think he could bring in anybody free agent wise?
I mean, T. Higgins has always been a target. I don't know if he wants to leave Cincy, but if he does, I think his first option would be New England with the money. So,
I mean, and I doubt they probably won't get like Tyreek Hill because the Dolphins are in the same division. But what I'm saying is, like, if Tyreek Hill moves, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else didn't move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like Tyreek Hill wouldn't want to come to New England because he did all that frustration with Miami to just go to another non-playoff contender. I don't think Tyreek Hill wants that in his career. He wants to go to a legit playoff contender.
Well, Miami at least a legit quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say like Tua is not legit, but like with the injury concerns, it's like you want somebody who's going to throw you the ball. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and with the AFC, I mean, what the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Texans, the Chargers. I don't know. I think the Bills. I'm sorry, not the Dolphins. Chances of playoffs and being serious playoff contenders are probably done with the way the AFC has been shaping up the last couple of years. The Chargers have gotten better. The Texans. Those 2 teams have been struggling in the AFC. Now they're building themselves up. teams like the Dolphins and others could be on their way, out.
Well,
So being those guys.
I don't mean to ask this broad question now, but do you see the Dolphins maybe taking like someone like Jackson Dart or like a quarterback to back up Tua to regenerate? You know what I mean? This whole team. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong here, but
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what's going to happen in Miami. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons I bring it up, because like, yes, New England is looking for free agents, but like, I think if Miami implodes or Tyreek Hill does leave, somebody else frees up other than T. Higgins. You know what I mean? Somebody else is looking for a new home. I mean, you won't get it from the Jets, but Devontae Adams is probably going to follow Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Realistically, where he goes, or I don't know.
Yeah. If you're the Dolphins, first priority should be Tyreek Hill. If he leaves, scrap it, rebuild.
Sure.
If he stays, try to get a better O-line, maybe some younger pieces on defense. And Jalen Waddle, you have to talk to him. He has been non-existent this past year. Last 2 years, yeah. So you have to figure out if he's really your, number 2 guy next to Tyreek Hill. So,
and you don't want to say no. You don't want to automatically just be like, oh yeah, like this is like done. You know what I mean? Like, because I do think Miami can technically save themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I think I don't know how they're gonna do it, but
yeah,
I think they can save themselves.
Yeah, honestly, I think there's too many good teams in the AFC for them to be taken seriously anymore.
I get that. Yeah. They need a quality backup quarterback. You know what I mean?
True, but like I said, Denver, they did their thing this year, even though they got eliminated. The Chargers, the Chiefs, the Texans. Hey, the Colts might be better next year. The Jaguars might be better under a new head coach. The Bengals, Steelers, Ravens, and Bills. That's a lot of AFC teams that got better or is right now better than the Dolphins. So
I'm hoping the Jets are better than Dolphins next year. We beat them at the end of the season this year, so that felt great. You know what I mean? Hopefully. So I'm just saying, hopefully we are better. I mean, that's clearly the sign. But I'm just saying that like Miami has too much talent not to be good, or at least win a couple of games next year. You know what I mean? Like to scare some people. Hold on one second. I'm just looking for my hat.
Okay. So hey, speaking about the AFC. We are going to talk about the first 3 games of Wild Card Weekend, and once again, like I said earlier, there's only one game that was like close, and one game that was like going back and forth, and that was the Washington Tampa Bay game. So, not too much to cover because it was pretty much one-sided games the whole way. But hey, let's go over the first one: the Chargers at the Texans. Now, a lot of people with how the Texans finished their year this year, with 11 or 12 wins, a lot of people had the Chargers winning with Houston losing, Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs, but they proved us wrong, and let's just admit it. The Chargers shit the bed. Justin Herbert. Ladd McConkey was the only person that showed up on the Chargers offense.
He really showed up, too. If you didn't bet on Ladd McConkey, it was kind of sad. And I didn't bet on Ladd McConkey, so I'm a little sad.
I didn't either. So, yeah.
Sad.
So the Texans, yet again, win a playoff game. I think, everyone was doubting the Texans, including us, so not surprised there. But, the Chargers, I mean, they started the year off hot and just ran out of gas at the playoffs. I don't know what happened because their defense was looking good. Khalil Mack is now considering retirement as well. So,
Khalil Mack being retired is crazy.
Yeah. Also, people, they're starting to talk about Justin Herbert.
Hey, I've been talking about Justin Herbert. He's not top 5. Like, we could have this conversation. Oh yeah, no, I've been felt. Yeah, well, you feel the same way. But I'm just saying, like,
not even top 10, maybe at this point.
No, come on. Like he's 9. Come on, he's a top 10 quarterback. But what I'm trying to say is like, you got to get him receivers. You got to get him receive. You got to get him. Something.
Ladd, Quentin, maybe the O line, but Ladd went off.
You're gonna say Quentin's a receiver? Stop. You gotta have a full season, just not BS. All right. And if you
how much more time do we give him?
I mean, Herbert, you definitely give him a contract, whatever. You know what I mean? But you get him a weapon. You get him a weapon that you keep. Someone who's not an old Keenan Allen. Someone who's not an old Mike Williams. Someone who's not, you know what I mean? Like, this is his first year without his core guys, and somehow he's taking this Charger team back to the playoffs. I'm not saying, like, I can't believe I'm defending Justin Herbert right now, right? I don't like this guy.
So right? Chargers are drafting a receiver this year?
Yeah, absolutely. They need to. It's do or die. They need to get this guy a freaking weapon. This guy is in danger of being
next
Trevor
to
Lawrence.
Ladd.
This guy is in danger of being Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, next to Ladd, of course. But what I'm saying is,
hasn't Herbert been in the league longer than Trevor Lawrence?
But what I'm saying is Trevor Lawrence is dead in the water, is he not? Do you consider him a good quarterback anymore?
You could say the same situation, sort of.
No, but that's what
Like
I mean.
he
What I'm saying
needs
is
an
like,
actual coach as well. Yeah.
yeah, I get that. But but he's got Harbaugh now. You know what I mean? So
I
it's
was
just
talking about Trevor Lawrence. Sorry.
okay, yeah. Well, but like he
'Cause
finally
Urban
got a
Meyer
wide
and-
receiver.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And Brian.
Oh yeah, Brian Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Thomas. But once again, he needs another wide receiver. His receivers got to stop getting injured and stuff because, like in Los Angeles, like it's. I mean, I get you got Ladd McConkey, but like, what else do you got?
That's it. That's it.
I mean, you got Ladd McConkey, and then you got Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins. Yeah.
Who runs the ball, but who was he not injured? Or I mean,
He was hella injured. Yeah.
At least
he played. He played the first like 12, 13 games. Sat out. He got injured. Was out for like 3-4 games. He came back in the last week of the season because my championship. So
yeah, of course, it was online. It was online, Phil. There you go. Congratulations. But like, what I'm saying is like, what I'm saying is like, it's just like it's annoying that like is Justin Herbert not top 5? Yes. Is he not top 15? You're crazy. Stop.
He's top 15,
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's top 15. He's top 15 at least. You know what I mean? I mean, top 10, you can debate it if you want. I think he's 9, 8. You know what I mean? Like I think he played well enough this year to be top 10. Do I think he's top 5? Absolutely not.
Right.
But like, I don't know. That's it. I don't know.
Okay.
It's sorry about it.
It is. So next up, Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. This is a game I wanted to talk to John. Ever since the game ended.
First of all, I called these two teams. At being at the end. All right. I was like, you know who it's gonna be? It's gonna be Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
And we all picked Baltimore to win, so rightfully so.
Yeah. So it's like it's not like I didn't know this wasn't gonna happen. But like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So
what do you want to talk
the
about?
Steelers are one and done yet again. John, do you know the last time when the Steelers won a playoff game?
Ooh, let's go 2000. Obama was in office. It was a good time. 2017, 16.
17.
Okay, 17. I got it on the dot. Phil, and I swear to God, I was like, the only reason I knew that is because Obama left office 2018.
I believe so.
Right? Yeah. So like it had to be somewhere past that. And
yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure they beat a backup quarterback too, right?
It was the Chiefs.
Okay. But was Patrick Mahomes healthy?
I think it was
I don't
Alex
think so.
Smith.
I think it was Alex Smith. Okay, yeah.
Maybe it was like a year or two before Mahomes came in.
Or Mahomes was Mahomes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was Alex Smith's last year or the last year before. One of those.
Okay. But I get it. I get it. They have not been performing. I'm just saying, as a Jets and Giants fan, especially this year, can I speak on it for a second? If I had a leader like Mike Tomlin in the building, all right, that could keep us together, just keep us going to the playoffs for like 10 straight years. You know what I mean? Like, and never once won Coach of the Year. That's a little crazy to me. He has one Super Bowl. I get there's a lot of comparisons to Doc Rivers. I get that. I'm just saying, hear me out, Phil. And you might, this is where we're going to go down this line. I like that he's a player's coach, and I like that he keeps everything internal to the locker room. Everything that he can. He doesn't give anything away, realistically.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, Juju, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of people that can act any way they want. Le'Veon, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of people that act any way they want, and he kept it very internal. He kept it very in-house. All right. So, like, do I think as a Jets fan he's worth a pick? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right. If the Steelers want to fire him for job incompetence, for getting the playoffs and losing, be my guest. All right. Be my guest. You know who didn't maybe I'm definitely going to be off on this, Phil. So don't quote me on this, but Marvin Harrison for the Bengals, right? He was a coach for the Bengals for a couple years. Marvin Lewis. That's what I'm talking about. Marvin Lewis for the Bengals, right? How many playoff wins did he have?
Shit.
I don't think many. I really don't think many. We can look.
I don't remember.
Right. Well, that's my low-key our little homework next year or next week. We'll look up Marvin Lewis's playoff wins. He coached a long time in Cincinnati without being fired. I just want to put that out there. All right. Like that's who I think Mike Tomlin is. Yeah, exactly.
It's an easy answer, by the way.
Zero.
Yeah,
exactly. My point.
0 for 7.
Bill, how many years was he on the Cincinnati Bengals? How many years as head coach? Go ahead.
Let's see.
If it was more than 5, It was more than 5. Honestly, I'm an uproar. I know it's more than almost 10.
It's definitely more than 5.
Oh my God. It's
2003 to 2018.
So for 15 years. All right. So I just want to say this. The Steelers are doing it way better than the Bengals did. All right. I just want to put that out there. Because at least my man's got a couple playoff wins. I mean, it's not many, but like, hey, he's doing a little bit better.
Didn't they make a Super Bowl after they fired him?
They did, but that was like 2 years later.
That was like 2 or 3 years after.
Yeah. But like, to be fair, anyone could do that with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I don't mean to be like it. When I'm talking that chemistry, that's Super Bowl chemistry. All right, I don't mean to be like that, but like,
so I mean, for me,
which is kind of funny, Phil, because you went away from that in the regular season. You were putting what's his face on the hot seat.
Who?
The current Bengals head coach right now. I just want to put that out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, he deserves to be on the hot seat.
Yeah, what is it, Zach?
Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor. Yeah. You were like, what's Zach Taylor do lately? I was like, damn, Phil.
I mean, he always starts 1-4, 0-5 in the first 5 weeks of the season.
He was better than Marvin Lewis. That's the only thing you can say.
Yes,
he's better than Marvin Lewis. Unfortunately,
the DC deserved to be fired, but if the Bengals don't make the playoffs again this year, he's gone.
Fire that guy.
So I mean, for Mr. Tomlin, 7 years without a playoff win, that would be a bit concerning, but I'll give him some leeway. He is one of the best coaches in the NFL. This GM.
Yo, that GM needs to be straight up because who brought in the offensive coordinator, Phil?
Arthur Smith need to go too.
Yeah, I just want to put that
outdated ass offense.
Put that out there. All right, you want to talk about? Can we talk about the game real quick? Because that offense,
I just want to make
will be better with Arthur Smith gets a head coaching job. Go ahead. My bad.
So,
but you know I'm right with that Arthur Smith comment.
The Steelers have been a quarterback away for I don't know how long. Ever since Big Ben left, they've been looking for a quarterback. TJ Watt is not getting any younger. He's 30 years old. It didn't work with Mason Rudolph. It didn't work with Duck Devlin, Duck Hodges. It didn't work. I don't think it's going to work with Russell Wilson or Mr. Justin Fields. How much longer are they going to try to find that guy at quarterback until it's too late? And the rumor has it they're shopping George Pickens as we speak, so they might get a whole new receiving corps at next year. So all this time, one of the best defenders in the league is waiting on a ring. Mike Tomlin, he can only do so much. I think the best thing is just let Mike Tomlin free. It's not because of what he can do. It's you fail to put a competitive team around him, and the most he can do is give you at 500 or barely above 500. And once you get into the playoffs, you'll face a more superior team and get your ass kicked. That's like what they did against Baltimore. So
you're saying they should fire Mike Tomlin you got to let him go. Like do they mutually part? Like how do you?
He deserves better.
He deserves better, but he's got to be gone now. Then, but just because he needs the opportunities to land another job. No offense.
And also, if you haven't won a playoff game in 7 years, and you're like, the Super Bowl win was when 2010.
Sure. Yeah, it was 2010.
I mean, they didn't give Bill Belichick much leeway after the Super Bowl. He fired him. Good. I mean, obviously,
but that's Robert Kraft. True, right? No, true. Don't be bringing up. I'm just saying.
But I'm saying all great coaches have some type of leeway, some type of rope before we move on. You can't hang on to that Super Bowl era forever. Obviously, it's completely different teams. Maybe you just need to start new. And it's no knock on Mike Tomlin because he has been one of the most respected coaches of all time, and especially the last 20 years. But times are changing. Maybe the Steelers need to start new completely, and that means getting rid of him as well.
It's crazy, but yeah, I hear you. I mean,
you can't hang on. The Patriots couldn't hang on for Bill Belichick forever. The Cowboys, Jimmy Johnson forever. All the great coaches did not, stay with one team forever. They eventually had to move on and try to be great somewhere else.
I hear you. And that's a thing, but it's
Phil Jackson.
I guess I hear you. Phil Jackson went on to
Doc Rivers.
I mean, don't do Doc. I hear you. Well, that's why those comparisons happen. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know what to think of it overall.
Free him. Free that man.
In the best respectable way possible. I don't know. As a Jets fan, I can't sit here and say he doesn't deserve a head coaching job because if he went a year, if he went a Bill Belichick year without a head coaching job, it's a slap in the face. It's I don't mean to be like that.
Plus, I mean, Arthur Smith not the best, outdated as offense. They need a better running back. They need better skill positions because if they trade George Pickens for nothing, the offense was already bad as is. They're not going to be able to move the ball past 20 yards if they're not going to.
You're not going to George Pickens is a first round pick. I don't mean to be like that, but if they didn't get a first round pick for George Pickens, he's a clear number receiver one. Like him and Russ became like DK Metcalf and Russ. Like it felt some type of for a couple weeks.
And even Russ came back down to earth after like their 10-3 start.
He did, but at the same time, Pickens got hurt for 4 weeks. That's something you're.
And he was also late to the Christmas game.
Sure, late to the.
That's
Christmas
why he got
game,
benched. There was a report came out. Yes, yeah.
But I get that. I mean, he's always had problems like that. I mean, but like for the last 4 weeks of the season when he was injured, they were their worst. If they had George Pickens, they win one of those games.
And imagine if they traded him away for a pick. Oof.
Dude, they were talking about bringing someone else to sit next to George Pickens. So I mean, unless you're getting a first round pick from him, or a second round pick, I don't see why you're trading George Pickens.
Yeah, and do the Steelers have time for that pick to develop? I don't think so.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. They don't have time at all for that pick to develop. It's looking like Christian Watson, low key, which is crazy. Who would you want, George Pickens or Christian Watson? George Pickens.
Pickens because he's a lot healthier.
Yeah, a lot healthier, and he knows the offense, and he can catch the. I don't get it. But
okay, so moving on. Denver at Buffalo. Not gonna lie, Denver had us in the very, very first possession, but as soon as that first possession ended, punt, Bills touchdown, Bills field goal, Bills touchdown, and the game went on as expected. So I mean, it was a good season by Bo Nix and company, but obviously the Bills aren't going to lose in the first round after everything they went through last year and through the rivalry with the Chiefs. So I mean, business was handled as expected for the Bills.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I would have liked to see the Bills lose. I picked the Bills.
I did too, so I wanted them to lose as well. So,
but
it is what it is.
I mean, that's what Denver is. No offense. I don't mean to be like that, but like Denver was pretty good this year. They were a lot like
definitely a shocker team. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, good news. Good season for first season for Bo Nix. So
I can't wait to get into the matchup. So I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like that, but that's when we go spark real quick.
Gotcha. So hey, let's get through these last couple games and then we'll go into them. Next up, Green Bay at Philadelphia. Pretty much the same thing. The Green Bay offense just, Christian Watson was hurt. They couldn't get anything going at all. Jordan Love struggled. The Eagles, hey, Saquon Barkley, here you go. Yeah, I mean, pretty much as expected, everyone expected Philly to win. Not much happened. It was like 22-10 or 23-10. So,
what'd you think about that ending when Saquon slid down at the end?
A lot of people
for the win
were pissed.
Really? A lot of bettors were pissed. How
how many people bet a Saquon touchdown?
How many?
And he didn't score. A lot.
Did you bet a Saquon touchdown?
I did not.
Good for you. I mean, dude, when he fell down, when he slid down, and I saw the reaction from Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. This is the funniest. It was the funniest thing in the world. How could you?
Yeah.
How could you slide down?
Also, the one thing I wanted to ask you before we moved on, AJ Brown reading a book on the sideline. I believe he got 3 targets for 1 catch. Are we seeing
a self-help book? A self-help book.
Are we seeing some self-destruction going on with the Eagles? Maybe AJ Brown being a diva, or does he have every right to feel that way? They won, but not used there much during that game.
I'm not, but I am paying attention to that relationship between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Like the media is gonna hype that up so much, it's gonna be annoying.
They have already.
but some of the reactions, bro. Some of the reactions from like Jalen Hurts was like, I've known him since like high school and I've never seen him read. I was like, whoa, that's just crazy to say. I don't like, and I mean maybe they're all doing it for laughs. You know what I mean? But like, does it not remind you of Donovan McNabb and T.O.? A little bit. I mean, I don't know. That's where I think they're spoofing everybody, but it was such a T.O. thing to do. You know what I mean? And it was so good. I liked it. I don't know. It was. What did you think about the self-help book? I mean, I'm for the destruction of the Philadelphia Eagles, though. I hope they choke, low-key. Like,
we've seen this with AJ Brown last year as well, so I don't know, but I'm rooting for the worst. So
I mean, except him getting the T.O. treatment. T.O. almost didn't deserve half of the backlash that he got. Like him leaving Dallas was not his fault. That Tony Romo wanted to throw to Jason Witten more than he wanted to throw to Terrell Owens. You know what I mean? Like it's like you knew he was a diva and you brought him in anyways. And yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Pretty much. So hey, the last two games are going to be very, very conversation heavy. So we want to make sure to save these for last. And they were two of the more popular games anyways. First up, Jaden Daniels, Commanders, Baker Mayfield, Bucks. This was the most entertaining game of the week. It came down to the wire. It came down to a Zane Gonzalez, which we now know has OCD. And we could tell by the field goal kicking routines, et cetera, et cetera. He hits the game-winning field goal off the doink. So, hey, shout out to Zane Gonzalez because I know people who have that severe case of OCD struggle through it a lot. So what he did and hitting a game winner, props to him.
Good for him.
Shout out Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. 20 years without a win, playoff win, and they got it against the Bucks. So great game by Mr. Jaden Daniels.
In his first year. I mean, he could really turn this franchise around, and I feel nothing but happy for him. But I also don't think that guy's OCD information. It should be. I'm happy for him that it happened. But what if he missed that kick? You know how many people would fuck with him on purpose?
People were fucking with him even before that. Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, add that to the curse out tally. That's another $1 for today because I know, sorry, but I'm just saying, bro.
I added to it, so yeah.
Okay, good. Add two, you know. But no, but it's just it's funny because what if I get he has missed and I get people mess with him and they should not. All right, you should not mess with someone who has OCD. You know what I mean? Especially on purpose. You're a horrible person, but
But you know how sports social media is. Sports social media is the toughest social media there is
ever. Yeah,
NBA is the worst.
Politics. It's almost worse than politics. It's
NBA is the worst, but NFL is also almost
savage. It's so savage because they have to identify who messed up. You know what I mean? You could go from a nobody to the worst player on your team in a matter of 30 seconds.
Nick
you know what
Folk.
I mean?
People get death threats because they perform so bad.
Nick Folk then went on to win the Super Bowl. I mean to be like that, but he literally became a living legend after death threats.
Nick Folk. Crazy. I mean, who's the Bears kicker that doinked it? Cody Parkey.
Cody Parkey.
We never heard from him ever again.
I think he kicked for two other teams for a brief stint, but other than that,
social media can, especially if you're a self-conscious person, could really affect your play. So it's what it is.
It is what it is. So Minnesota, Los Angeles.
So yeah, I picked Minnesota. I don't know who you picked, John.
I think I picked Minnesota too.
Minnesota.
This is a surprise to me. I don't know put that out there.
So yeah, the Rams defense was the MVP of this game. We didn't see much from Cooper Kupp, so he might be declining. But yeah,
bro, they do not use Cooper. How is the offense coordinator not fired in this situation?
Puka.
I know, I get you.
Yeah, Puka and Kyron, two younger and more healthy weapons.
Oh, with 1,000%. Plus, they also got Tyler Higbee, who came back from injury to play his butt off. All right, they were throwing him the ball.
He was killing that game.
He was killing it. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, how do you not get him involved in the game? How do you not throw 3 balls to Puka Nacua and then go, okay, time for Cooper Kupp?
Did you see this Kenny Galladay and Cooper Kupp stat that floated up randomly?
No,
they were both drafted in 2017. And they have only had 2,000-yard seasons ever since.
Cooper Kupp does not deserve this. Does not deserve this shade. He's a team player doing what his offensive coordinator is. You know what I'm saying is, if Cooper Kupp dropped balls like Quentin Johnson, I could sit here and make fun of him, but he doesn't.
I honestly, with Cooper Kupp, he's just broken at this point. He has been through so many injuries, and I think that triple crown season took everything out of him. He's not the same player. Yes, he can make catches at an elite level, but how much can his body withstand? I think we're at the point of that. You have younger, healthier weapons in Kyron and Puka to help carry the team. Cooper Kupp is basically there for key moments.
And I get that, and he should be there for key moments. But what I'm saying is, they don't even include him in key moments, bro. If you have an amazing number 2, you know what I mean? Honestly, the best number 2 next to the guy in Cincinnati. Why am I forgetting his name? Higgins. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I don't mean to be like that. It's almost disrespectful to call him a number 2. But what I'm saying is, you got the second best number 2 since Higgins, and you're gonna sit there and not throw him the ball. Is he being doubled? Like I don't like Phil. Are you watching these games where it's like don't get me wrong. Like I'm not trying to be like that. Like I get he's been injured. Maybe you want to not get him injured, but like you can't use him as a distraction every single game. You're killing his career.
And the Rams that game, the defense, 9 sacks, 1 interception, and 1 fumble recovery touchdown by Jared Verse, I believe, who probably will win Defensive Rookie of the Year. So shout out Jared Verse.
Should. Yeah.
But on the other hand, from Minnesota, what do we do with Sam Darnold? Is it JJ McCarthy time? Where does Minnesota go?
What's your opinion first, and then I'll go with my opinion. Because realistically, I'd also like to say this: Minnesota's defense. Where were you at? It was the life of this team. It was the life of this team all year. All right, I don't mean to be like that, but like Sam Darnold succeeded because the defense was good.
His
weapons were decent.
Them.
But that's what I mean. Higbee came out of nowhere to catch all these balls, and like
Matt Stafford doesn't want
Higbee. Good, but
he targets him crazy.
But that like they killed you without Cooper Kupp. Like they killed you without Cooper Kupp. Like, and I get it. And don't get me wrong, a lot of it should be on Darnold. Don't get me wrong, a lot of it should be on Darnold. He's honestly the second reason. But like what I'm saying is that defense literally like I would watch for their their takeaway celebrations. They did High School Musical, they did Camp Rock, they did Trap, they did, you know what I mean? They did everything. You know what I mean? Where it was like it doesn't have to be a popular dance, and it just has to excite and get people out of like their seat to a point. And I love that.
Now they have plenty of time to practice at home.
I mean, yeah.
So, for me,
it's unfortunate.
Honestly, I don't think all of it's on Darnold. That O-line played shitty last night.
9 sacks.
9 sacks.
9 sacks.
Yeah, 9 sacks. Obviously, I don't think Darnold, after this performance, is going to get paid, just because the only 2 losses. I think they faced the Rams earlier in the season. No. Sam Darnold, you paid him for big moment type of games, especially after going 14 or 15-2, wherever the record was.
Yeah.
And the 2 biggest games of his career, one to capture the first seed in the NFC. He did terrible on that.
That was Detroit, though.
Yep, that was against Detroit. And then this game, back to back, you have against the Rams to stay alive and move forward in the playoffs. He also does terrible in that. I think he kissed his contract goodbye, at least like $30 million. I just think that, I think
that's
might have been a fluke here.
It might be. You think it's a fluke here?
I mean, as we saw what he did, with great weapons around him, Addison, Jefferson, Aaron Jones, et cetera. But once push comes to shove, when everything was on the line versus Detroit, the number 1 seed, completely shit his leg, and the game against the Rams.
I don't think you can use Detroit against him just because, like, hear me out. Detroit's going to go on to win the Super Bowl. Detroit is a Super Bowl favorite. All right. I'm not trying to say that the Vikings didn't win 14 games. All right. So they should have beat Detroit, but hear me out.
A lot was on line in that game, though.
A lot was on line in that game. I mean, and don't get me wrong. I get he played bad. He played bad, but like, I don't even know how many sacks he had against Detroit. And if Detroit had more than 4, I could see it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's I don't know, but honestly, I should go check the box score right now. Hold on. Sorry about it.
I'm doing that right now for you.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely on Darnold.
Yeah, it was 31-9. Oof.
The Detroit Lions game. Yeah.
This the score. I believe the Darnold got sacked twice.
Okay.
So yeah, that's.
So, I mean, a lot on Darnold. I mean, realistically, you have JJ McCarthy, you have Daniel Jones. They have a lot of options in Minnesota, and I think that's where, in a sense, Sam Darnold becomes less and less reliant. Because, like, realistically, as a quarterback, what do you want? $50 million? You're max getting 30 a year, if that. You might get 25. You know what I mean? You'll probably be a backup quarterback. Go ahead.
And plus, with the Vikings, how much time do you have with Justin Jefferson? He has been balling out ever since he got here with so many different quarterbacks. There's only a matter of time before he wants out and to actually compete for a title.
I think they're getting closer and closer every year, and
because he hit the deuces when he was walking out the arena or stadium.
You really think so? I don't know.
I mean, you think about it. If you're Justin Jefferson, you are arguably the best wide receiver year in and year out ever since you came into the league, and you've been nothing short. You've been dealing with nothing but disappointments in the playoffs year in year out. Wouldn't you?
They're not talking about you yet. They're not talking about you yet because realistic. I mean, and honestly, it might be like this. He might be good enough, Larry Fitzgerald, to be just good enough that nobody talks crap about him. It's not his fault that they're losing. It's not, you know what I mean? Like he is nothing but, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, the same thing happened to Randy Moss when he was in Minnesota. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're wrong. I'm just saying that like maybe he'll be good enough where he doesn't get that flack. That's a lie. I don't know what I'm saying to myself right now, Phil, but I hear what you're saying, and I hope the media doesn't find that avenue, because I think that's once they realize he doesn't have a ring past, let's say 20. How old is he right now?
Who?
Justin Jefferson.
Let's see. He is
like what I'm saying is once the media starts the clock,
25.
you're starting. Okay. Once he's 28, they will talk. He will be out of Minnesota by 28 if they don't win a
1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, he's been in the league for 5 years now.
By his 8th year, they'll have that conversation. By his 8th year. Because he'll get injured within the next 3 years anyways, which he probably won't. But I'm just saying that like you can't be wasting his opportunity. You have 3 more. They have 3 more tries to win a Super Bowl before he turns 28.
True,
they have 3 strikes you're out. Until he's going to request a trade.
But for me, if I'm looking at Justin Jefferson's POV, what have they done to make you look like, hey, I should stay these 3 years because they have a chance? Not much. They haven't given Justin Jefferson a reason to stay. They've been nothing but disappointing ever since he got there. And if I was Justin Jefferson, I'd rather spend my years during my prime on an actual team that can contend.
I hear you.
He's in his prime right now, I think, right?
Yeah. I would no. He's 25, so he's probably the start of his prime. But I would say he goes until at least 30, or at his top, and then by 32, he's probably not exactly himself, and then he probably retires 35, realistically, right?
Yeah. So,
I mean, if you have 10 more years till retirement, that's 10 more tries, which is I agree. I don't think he'll be a Minnesota Viking. What do you say?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he'll be a Minnesota Viking.
His whole career.
And then you have Jordan Addison to fall on. So I mean, it's not a bad replacement, but obviously, if you lose the best receiver in the league, it's always going to be some type of pain. So.
And I was gonna say, did you hear about all those rumors with him to Cincinnati?
Oh my God!
Or T. Higgins? Yeah, this started before the season started, so like, I wouldn't be surprised
if that's a possibility, and they're willing, and if they make that work somehow. Yes, Justin Jefferson, I would be out of there in a heartbeat to play with Jamar Chase and him and Joe Burrow. Oh,
there was talk. God. There was talk. I don't know if anything.
If that happens, I'd be out of Minnesota before the game ended.
I get it. I like that he came into the league with Adam Thielen. I like that a lot. He was there for his first 2 years. He got mature. All right. And then he slowly but surely become the leader of this team. Okay. And he's only 25. You know what I mean? So the leader of your team helped bring you to a 14-3 year? That's an amazing year. You know what I mean? And then you did it with a quarterback that everyone thought was done. You know what I mean? So I mean, honestly, if anything, congrats to Justin Jefferson for not losing his crap this year on Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Because, like, no offense, Phil, but the longer we talk about this, the longer I feel like, I mean, this is crazy. True. All right. Let's get into these matchups, though. Sorry about that.
NFL Pick'ems, the division round is going to start, I think, Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to go through these 4 games and tell you guys who we like to win and moving on to the next round. First up, Houston at Kansas City. So, John, do you want to do your best Rex Ryan impression and pick against Houston?
I'm so much better than Rex Ryan. I just want to put that out there.
Did you see him?
Rex Ryan is the equivalent of Chris Christie, and you know how I feel about him. All right, I just want to put that out there. Yeah.
Did you see what he had to say? Because after the Texans called him out, saying,
Phil, I stopped listening to him after Vrabel got signed to New England, so I have no idea what the hell he said.
Yeah. So basically,
did you hear about that?
What?
Did you hear about that, Phil?
Oh, I got to kick this guy's ass twice a year.
Oh my God! Who do you think you are? You haven't played a game in 5 years. What do you? Don't make me give you these hands, Rex.
So how would you feel if the Jets hired him?
I feel like deja vu all over again. Let's see. Are we gonna win the Super Bowl? That'd be my first question to Rex Ryan. Are we gonna win the Super Bowl?
Mark Sanchez.
You haven't. Oh, who's gonna be? I mean, how hilarious would it be to call Mark Sanchez be the offensive coordinator for that? Hey, Mark. Hey. How your nightmares would you like to add to them? How would you like to be criticized for the next year and a half? All right, buddy, let's go get it done.
Leave the commentary desk and go over here.
Hey, how about you bring Tebow? Remember how that worked out the first time? Let's run it back again. Come on. That's how I feel about Rex Ryan.
Gotcha.
I respect him as a defensive coordinator, but what did he say? He picked
I think he said he picked the Chargers. No, he picked the Chargers to beat the Texans, like a lot of people did, and he was calling them a bye week, etc., etc. So D'Amico Ryans, the head coach after the Chargers game, he said he walked in the locker room all proud and shit, as he should be, and said, "How about that bye week? Making fun of Rex Ryan." And then Rex Ryan on air the day after said, "I'm going Kansas City. Sorry, Houston. Once again, I'm not gonna pick you guys."
To double down the day after. And by the way, like maybe D'Amico Ryans likes Rex Ryan. Maybe in a way, like he saw his defensive like stat sheet throughout the league, and he was like, "Man, this is a guy that I look up to." And the fact that he called this a bye week, like that's enough motivation to get me to the next one. You know what I mean? Like some people would look at that like a compliment, but no, Rex Ryan's gonna go down and he's gonna pick the Chiefs app. Give me Houston right now. Give me Houston right now by a million. By a million. All right? By a million. Give me Houston right now. How dare he? How dare he? Now give me Houston. I don't even care if they get blown out. I don't even care if they get blown out by Kansas City. Give me Houston. I do.
I'm going with the safe pick. I'm going Kansas City.
Yeah, go Kansas City. Go Kansas City. They've been playing like shit all year. They have. I can't wait. I hope Houston wakes them up. Realistically, I apologize because they won't, but it is what it is. I hope Rex Ryan looks like an idiot. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like that. But dude thinks he's going to walk into the Jets job and then just, going to call out. I can't with it. D'Amico Ryan was a great head coach. I can't with it.
Next up, we have the Wonder Kid, Jaden Daniels, heading to Detroit. Now, this is we can see some fireworks in this game. Both electric offenses, both not so great defenses. Who do we have? Washington at Detroit. I should go first since you went first last time.
Sure,
I'm gonna go Detroit. It was a great run, Jaden Daniels, but yeah, the Detroit Lions, they went through so much hell last year, losing to the 49ers after being in the lead. They went through so much this year, going through every single game and playing their asses off. I think they at least make the NFC Championship, so I got them going there after beating the Commanders. Sorry, Jaden Daniels.
I think this is going to be a good game, but I'm also picking Detroit.
Yep.
I think Jaden Daniels had a hell of a year. I think no matter what he does in this game, it's going to be good. He could throw 3 interceptions and leave the game with less than 100 yards and be like, well, he made it there, did he not?
He had a great year.
In his rookie, and you're saying he played horrible? Okay, whatever, bro. You want to judge it off one game. And it's Detroit, I said.
You could say he played horrible that game. That's it.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. I mean, it's just like that one game he played horrible. Sorry.
I think the last rookie to win an away game in his playoff debut was Russell Wilson when he was a Seahawk. So Jaden Daniels then made history versus the Buccaneers.
That would be cool. It would be cool.
Yeah, he did. So yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying it would be cool to see him beat Detroit too. Like, you know what I mean?
Imagine if he made the NFC Championship in his rookie year. He might be better than Lamar at this point.
There'd be a lot of talk, and I think realistically, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't mean to be like that, but like,
no, that was a joke.
Why are you trying to take a stab at me now? Why are you trying to take a stab at me now? Why are you trying to take a stab at me now? First of all, I think he's better than Mahomes. So, if you do that, I mean, I don't care. We're gonna jump the line. We're gonna jump the line.
Brady didn't do that year.
I already hate. Yeah, I mean, he kind of did. I mean, I wouldn't count that first year his rookie year. I hear you, but I don't know.
But hey, what else we got? We have the other game. We have the Rams, fresh off a Vikings win at Philly. Now, I think
what the only other quarterback to do that. I don't mean to put my thing or whatever in my foot, but didn't Big Ben go to the playoffs his rookie year?
Maybe.
I think he did. I'm pretty sure his rookie year he went to the playoffs. I don't know how far he went. I think he literally got as far as Jaden Daniels, but I'm pretty sure he was there his rookie year. I just want to put that out there. Last quarterback I think to do it was Big Ben. That was that impressive. I mean, other than Russ. I mean, Russ was good, but like that defense really got him there. You know what I mean? We're talking to all.
Okay, so as a rookie, he went 13-0 in the regular season, 14-1 including playoffs. First AFC team to win. So pretty much 2005. He won versus the Jets
a while ago. Yeah, he did beat the Jets. I remember that. That's how I remember.
And then he lost an AFC Championship against the Patriots. So
that's what it was. Yeah.
Hey, shut up, Big Ben. So Rams at Philly. Now, I think this is the game that I think Stafford shows his rust because the Eagles, That team is no joke to be played with. Even though they just lost to Kobe Dean, he tore his pec, so he's out for the year. But I still think that they do have enough ballers on defense. And the last time Saquon Barkley played the Rams, oh boy, hey, so Rams defense, get ready. This is not the Vikings. Good luck.
I think they did a pretty good job against stopping the run against the Vikings with Aaron Jones, because Aaron Jones is no smuck when it comes to running backs. I just want to put that out there. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
he's not that bad. He had a pretty decent year, right? So, like, yep. I'd like to say that the Rams could do something here defensively. If they were to stop Saquon, it'd be huge. But I think, especially after how I saw the Eagles play last game, they're willing to sacrifice Jalen Hurts to get the yards. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to have any bearing, and that's why I'm probably going to go Eagles here, because I think it's probably going to be Eagles-Detroit. Yep, for a really good NFC Championship. So
I agree.
Okay, cool.
Next up, the game of the week, the game of potentially the year. We've been wanting to see this ever since the beginning of the year. We saw a glimpse of it, and it was an ass whooping. Are we expecting the same? Baltimore Ravens travel to Buffalo. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, James Cook, and more. John, who do you have?
The NFL wants the Buffalo Bills to play the Chiefs for the NFC Championship game, or for the AFC Championship game. They want it. That is their ultimate headline. Give me Baltimore.
I agree. I think but we saw a preview of this already earlier in the year. Baltimore completely kicked the Bills' ass. It was a blowout. I mean, first touch, Derrick Henry gone to the house. So expect the same energy coming from Baltimore going into the game, just because this team has a lot to prove. They saw their chances slip away from them last year against Kansas City when they threw the ball and didn't use that run game. You bet your ass they are going to use that run game this week versus Buffalo. They're not going to.
Do you think it's going to be a blowout, or do you think it's going to be a close game? Because I think Josh Allen's also going to put up points. I don't mean to be like.
I think it's going to be a closer game. The Bills are a way better team than they were during that game against the Ravens. So I expect it to be a back and forth game. But let's hope it does not come down to the leg of Justin Tucker. Imagine, if Justin Tucker,
might. It really might.
If Justin Tucker misses a game tying field goal, or a game winning field goal and they go to overtime and lose, he might be gone from that team.
Oh yeah, no doubt, and especially in the playoffs. Oh my God, yeah.
Because he has struggled the last 2 years, and if you cost your team yet another game, because he's cost them plenty of games already last year. So
I hear you. I don't know.
So you better hope Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry rushes those touchdowns, and the less you have to rely on Mr. Justin Tucker, the better. So I got Ravens as well.
Okay. Let's hope they get it done. I don't know. It's going to be nerve-wracking.
Okay. So, hey, last words before we head out. A little under an hour.
Dude, I forgot I took Houston. I can't believe we went Houston first. I'm sorry. Or Houston Chiefs first, because with that Rex Ryan thing. I'm sorry about that little rant I went on, because I'm just like, I'm dazed. I'm like, we're not going to talk about the Chiefs. And I was like, oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, that was the first. Yeah.
Oh, I apologize for the words I said then. Damn. But that overrated Rex Ryan really got me on the threshold. So I'll say that. I will say Rex Ryan.
You did get the farthest with Rex.
In 2025, you will be evicted from my head. All right, there will be no space left for you.
Well, unless they just hire him.
Evicted. I'll tell you that right now.
If he does, I'm actually looking.
How dare you? How dare you bring that up on this show right now? How dare you? Let's get into that debate, Phil. How dare you?
I low-key want to see
you adding Rex Ryan to my Jet squad. How dare you?
Hey, I mean, they interviewed him, did they not?
Don't even, Phil. I don't want to get into this debate.
I low-key want to see it's not a debate. I low-key just want to see the reaction of the Jets were hiring Rex Ryan.
If they did again, you know how close it, bro. I don't know. I'd be fine to add him as a defensive coordinator. I'd be fine to add him as a specialty coach. I'd be fine to add him as whatever. But like, you sat on your couch for the past 5 years, and you think bro, I don't know. I'd rather call up Tom Coughlin. All right.
Oh wow.
I'd rather get 92-year-old Tom Coughlin in there and coach than Rex Ryan. All right. That's what I'll say.
Yep.
Love you, Tom. Love you, Tom Coughlin. Thank you very much. for those 2 Super Bowls.
Okay.
That's my last words.
For me, hey, with NFL winding down, feel free to tune into our NBA type of stuff. I'm a Celtics fan. John's a Knicks fan. Elijah is a Mavs fan. I think TJ is a Nets fan, I believe, and Waleed is a Knicks fan right now. So,
hey, we got him. We got him. There we go, New York.
But hey, yeah, I'm excited to talk basketball as well. Also, we also have a gaming channel. Feel free, after TikTok goes down and will no longer be usable, feel free to check out all the other socials. That's where most of our stuff is going to go anyways. We already upload to every platform, regardless. So, hey, feel free to give us a shout out. Feel free to give us a look. And hey, if you see a new app trending, feel free to DM it to us. We want to get the first step on whatever new app that's going to be trending, and that gets us out there better and faster.
Did you download Red Note?
I'm debating it.
Ooh.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
I'm gonna see if Waleed does, and then I'll ask him some questions.
Okay.
So hey, with that being said, for me and John, we will see you guys Thursday for the NBA pod. I think we have a good amount to talk about, especially with Tom Thibodeau running his starters ragged. But
did you hear about Chris Paul and we gotta be like that? You hear about Chris Paul and
also we're gonna make fun of the Lakers on Thursday as well.
Geez, wow, the LA Wildfires.
I mean, also they got smoked by the Spurs on Michael Cooper of Jersey retirement night. So
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they're gonna get an earful. So I'm looking forward to that. I love making fun of the Lakers as a Celtics fan. So
no, but did you hear they went over to JJ Redick's kids and they gave them their jerseys?
Yeah,
that's pretty sick. That's pretty. I mean, I know that's like ridiculous, but it kind of hit my heart a little bit. I was like, oh.
Okay, so with that being said, for me and John, thank you for tuning in. Baller Central. We try to go live twice a week. I probably will try to go live more on Twitch later on in the week as well. Just try to figure out some things, but feel free to check out our socials. Feel free to check out everything down below: TikTok, IG, YouTube gaming as well. We have a gaming channel with WWE, the new one coming out. I'm excited to see where they go with it. And sooner or later, John will be back on Fortnite. So, yep. With that being said, we are out. Enjoy the rest of your night, and see you Thursday. Deuces.
He's a producer.
Hey. Look, they say good days are coming soon. I'm just tired of waiting. And tears falling in my prayers. I've been crying for patience. I'm scarred. I gotta live the rest of my life with abrasions. You can't convince me that time isn't wasting. I feel like Hamilton the way I've been writing these pages. So you can call me, but you best be on time with the payments. So you can turn this off if you don't like what I'm saying. Or if these lines are too basic. Just know my life getting crazy. Times is getting harder, that could really spark an artist. And I ain't giving up for nothing, I just try my hardest. I say a prayer for the ones departed. A cold world, I just want to show how pure my heart is. But I see the comments, stories going around about the kid, but I'm so timeless. Bad energy can't get to me. I'm the reason why we like this, allegedly. But once I see the best from you, that's when you get the best from me. I'm here for your elevation. Success ain't a destination. Ain't looking for reparations. Ain't looking for no type of savings. Back up the rest of my savings. Can't get no rest in the basement. Can't even lie to you, baby. Time that we spent was amazing. Then I ain't trying to replace you. For you, my mind is still racing. I lost a step, but I'm coming back. I used to put my heart all on display, but I'm done with that. Tired of these bonds that pop easier than bubble wrap. In my notes, like a group of sick, you see a bunch of rap. In the studio, I box the beat is just a punching bag. And for the guys, let them know I love them back. For all of y'all endeavors, I'm wishing you good luck on that. Shout out Q for the beat. This one a groove for the streets. You say you down with me, baby. You gotta prove it to me.